everyone, welcome back. This week's video I wanted to dedicate to women because on Wednesday we're celebrating International Women's Day, and today I wanted to look at what it means to be a high value woman. The term's been thrown around many times, and I just wanted to look at the skills and attributes that you need to become a high value woman, because someone being high value isn't something that you're born with. It's something that's achieved, and what it is that you need to do to achieve these things, because sometimes you see people and they're just, everybody wants to be around them. It's about how they carry themselves, their energy, people feel safe around them, or they respect them, or they learn from them, and they just have that wow factor. And then you see other people that no matter how much they try and do things with people, the people around them just mistreat them. They're treated like a little bit of a doormat, or they seem as people pleasers. So what is it that makes some people be of high value and some people not so much? I'm Hamasa. I look at personal development, mental and emotional well-being, as well as day-to-day issues. If you haven't subscribed to my page already, please do so that you're up to date with my content. This week is all about women, and obviously Mother's Day is also coming up, so it just made sense for me to look at what it really means, because high value people or women isn't necessarily only in relationships. High value women possess a set of qualities that makes them high value in different aspects of their lives, in their careers, in their friendships, in their life choices, and how they come across, and what they stand for, their morals and values. And those are the things that most people really look for, be it as a friend, be it or an employee or a partner. So it's important for us to have these values, not necessarily because people are looking for it, but because those are what makes you you, and you're establishing yourself, and you're setting your boundaries, and you're teaching people how to treat you. So if you want to meet people who are of high value and bring great things into your life, you also have to be one, so that you bring things to other people's lives. One of the qualities of a high value woman is that she isn't offended very easily, nor does she get emotionally triggered very easily, because people who are high value understand that their worth and value comes from their own validation, from self-validation, not from the outside sources. Therefore, if someone makes a joke about you or at your expense, or they say things that may be offensive to you, you understand that it's more of a projection of their mindset and how they see themselves, rather than what it means about you. It doesn't mean that it won't annoy you, or you won't get wound up about it or angry, but you're able to pick your battles and pick and choose when it's worth you speaking up and saying something, when something isn't just worth your energy, time and effort. Someone who's offended very easily or gets triggered very easily then becomes vulnerable, and that's not a good place to be. The next quality is that you're able to, as a high value woman, see things from different perspectives and contextualize situations and understand the background of things and the wider picture than just looking at someone's actions or intentions, or just looking at things from your own perspective and judging them by your own experiences and kind of dismissing and discrediting the other person. So this is a great quality to have when it comes to work. In your work environment, being able to see things from different perspectives and angles just broadens and widens your horizons and makes you better skilled at working with different kinds of people. It's obviously a great quality to possess in your personal relationships too, when it comes to your partner. If you're able to see things from their perspective, then your arguments and your disagreements could be resolved a lot more easier and amicably, because you can sympathize and see things and evaluate them for what they are, rather than taking them very personally. Next quality to have is that you're able to be honest even when it's not very easy. A lot of people tend to people please or keep quiet, not to rock the boat, or not to be disliked. But people who can stand up for what they believe is wrong, or give their honest opinion in a matter where it could make a difference, but they're just too scared to step up, then it shows integrity. You are true to who you are, you're authentic, you will speak up even if others don't, and honesty is a great quality to have. People respect and value that. They may not like what they hear, but people who really truly appreciate you and your real friends would always appreciate your honesty, because it's people like you who would pull them up on things and not just sugarcoat things and just be happy-go-lucky to be liked and to be included. And it's like, yeah, you're doing great, sweetie, even though you don't agree with it or you see what harm it's doing them. So they always say you should value your honest friend the most, because they're the ones that will tell you straight and put you on the right path if others are too scared to say so. Having a strong sense of worth and value and a positive self-image. Having said that, it doesn't mean that you are the most beautiful person in the room and you're the hottest thing. It's never about the superficial. It's never about the looks or what you own or what you're wearing. It's always about how you carry yourself. I always say what I find attractive in a man is that they own who they are. It doesn't matter what you do or what you're wearing. If you own who you are and you're authentic to that, it's always a lot more attractive. So when I say knowing your worth and value and a positive self-image, is to understand that as a human, as a person, you have these flaws or you have these insecurities about maybe the way you look in certain areas, but that's okay. You've accepted them. That's part of who they are. And you understand that you're not perfect. You understand that nobody is, but either way, they don't define you. Kindness and compassion and empathy are all qualities of someone who's high value, because they appreciate everybody. They're respectful of situations, therefore they demand respect back. Like I said, you need to bring certain things to the table in order to expect them from people. And so that's compassion is a big part of that. So there's nothing wrong. It's not a weakness or a vulnerability to sometimes take a step back and let other people lead and let people shine and be compassionate and kind towards others who may not necessarily see or do things the way you do. On the topic of kindness and compassion, it is often perceived that high-value women are quite cold and quite distant, and they're very career-minded and just work-orientated. And that's actually not very true. On the contrary, someone who's of high value, they seem to have a better understanding and awareness of other people and their situations. They're able to sympathize with people who come from different lifestyles to them. They're not so judgmental, and they can put things into perspective a lot better, and not just look at things from just their own experiences. So it's actually very different. When you're a high value person, you're quite a wholesome, all-rounded person. So you do possess kindness, warmth, sympathy, and all those qualities as well. And I think that it's just a bad perception. It's just what the society dictates, that if someone is successful in their job or in their career or are very athletic, then it leaves less time for them to be feminine or warm or kind and womanly. Absolutely not true. Having clear, concise communication skills always makes you a high value person, because when you speak sense and people listen to you. Being able to command the room and speak sense is such an amazing quality in every setting. Someone like me who had to attend many black tie dinners and charity galas and events and things, it was so important for me to very early on understand and learn how to read the room and also communicate effectively and assertively. Because in the places that I was at and the age that I was at, being an ethnic, brown, female, young person, I never really got taken seriously. I always got treated a certain way. So I had to be assertive in what I said and stand by what I said and mean it and be well informed and communicate my message clearly as to what I'm trying to say. This is why nowadays when I get some interviews in Farsi, which is my mother tongue, but I speak it very colloquially and very basic because I have never been to school a Persian school. I've always studied in the West, in Russia or the UK, so I don't know how to read and write in Farsi, and I don't speak the poetic, beautiful Farsi that it needs to be spoken. I speak kind of a very basic version of it. So I don't feel confident doing interviews in Farsi that much because I don't want to come across silly or stupid, because I may not be able to coherently and concisely explain my message of what I actually mean, because my vocabulary doesn't allow me to do that in Farsi. And most importantly, I think it's very, very vital for us as women to know when to walk away and when a good thing is no longer a good thing. Understanding and having self-assurance to know that with or without this person, I'll be okay. With this job, I'll be okay. Knowing your worth and value and seeing that this is past my non-negotiables. This is crossing my boundaries and I'm not okay with this. And this is where my limit is and I'm going to walk away. That's a very, very important skill to have, and it's something that we need to practice a lot more. Wherever we are, family members, friends, jobs, partners that treat us with disrespect and not what we're worth, then we really need to stand up for ourselves and remove ourselves from that situation. When you've done all you could, you've spoken your piece, you've expressed how you feel, and it falls on deaf ears or it gets disregarded, then you need to understand that if people are not seeing my worth and value, I need to see it. I'm the first one to see it, because I need to teach others who I am and what I stand for. And I'm not going to stand for this, so I'm going to walk away. That's why it's a very important skill, and most high value people do this. This is why when men date a high value woman, they make sure that they treat them more cautiously and with respect and awareness, because they know that if I cross this woman, she's not going to stand for my bullshit. She's not going to tolerate me. She's going to get up and walk away, and I can't lose her. They're more careful about losing you in comparison to someone that they don't see as high value. So that's why it's important for us to have all these qualities all together, because they're so helpful in every aspect of our lives. But also, please notice that none of these skills come down to anything physical or anything material. It's all to do with how we carry ourselves and who we are. And that all really boils down to self-awareness. When you know yourself, nobody can tell you about you otherwise. There's nothing that would break you because you're so sure of who you are. Either you agree with them and it's not a surprise, or you disagree with them and that's their opinion. And their opinion doesn't shape you. You have your boundaries, you have your non-negotiables, you know when to cross the line. You know what you like and dislike, you know what you won't stand for, you know who you are, you know how you speak, you can laugh at yourself, it doesn't break you. All these things come down to having good self-awareness and self-respect. When you have self-awareness, you respect yourself more because you know who you are. Nothing will take you by surprise. So that's why it's important for us to just get to know ourselves and sit with ourselves and really figure ourselves out. Once you have that superpower, nothing else can really break you. You will go through adversity, you will feel down, you will feel sad, you will react, you will get emotional, but you're able to pull yourself back together very quickly. And it doesn't define you. You look at it as like a little page in your book, in your storybook, rather than a whole chapter or the entire book. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. Please do share it with someone who may need it. I'm wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day. It's time to celebrate being a woman, being a high value person. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.